Enough is enough.
Sheikh Yasir Qadhi Sahib is back.
The purpose of this library chat is to basically expose what I consider to be the very evil tactics of this group of people, and to also issue a very public clarification.
So what's happened is Yasir Qadhi, as you may be familiar, made another video. It was a reply to Jay Smith, David Wood, and a few people who have been really going at Yasir Qadhi for the holes in the narrative.
The issue of ahruf and preservation and qira'at and relationships between them, these are very, very difficult issues. And the most advanced of our scholars, they're not quite fully certain how to solve all of the unanswered questions in there. The standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions.
He's come back. He's decided to strike back against Jay Smith and co. And what he's saying is, you guys have been for months using my name.
The usage of my name is really it's a slanderous appropriation that frankly indicates the bankrupt nature of the tactics of this group and the paucity of their academic merit.
He's saying, you're using my name, you should stop using it. You guys are, you're misusing my holes in the narrative. Because that's what he said. Yeah, akhi, yeah, Muhammad. When he was with Muhammad Hijab. Don't press me, yeah, Muhammad.
If I were to give you a blank mushaf, yeah, and tell you to write what is munazzal verbatim from Allah into that mushaf with no human interference, would you write something which corresponds?
It's not an easy answer. It's not an easy yes or no. It is enough for the Muslim to believe that the
I think
Quran
this should
is,
be an easy yes or no, though. Yasir Qadhi.
It is kalamullah. It is
But what would you write?
You're pushing me.
Don't press me, yeah, Muhammad. As to this, I don't know what to call it really, this tragedy or this crisis that Sheikh Yasir Qadhi has given birth to, this whole thing of holes in the narrative. अच्छा खासा hole कर दिए हैं. The ummah was well on its way, it was reasonably fine, and Yasir Qadhi अच्छा खासा hole किए हैं. He's done quite a decent hole here. So this holes in the narrative. The truth is that Yasir Qadhi has landed himself in it, and he's landed himself deep. This hole, it goes deep.
The purpose of this library chat is to basically expose what I consider to be the very evil tactics of this group of people, and to also issue a very public clarification.
The problem is he's never offered a response or any clarity. At the time, he did a pathetic job of trying to say, well, come on my course and buy my course and I'll explain it.
If I were to give you a blank mushaf, yeah, and tell you to write what is munazzal verbatim from Allah into that mushaf with no human interference, would you write something which corresponds?
It's not an easy answer. It's not an easy yes or no. It is enough for the Muslim to believe that the
I think
Quran
this should
is,
be an easy yes or no, though. Yasir Qadhi. I have to.
Okay, very, very well. So, yeah, Muhammad, after we get off this phone call, me and you, let's have a number of discussions. No problem. I'm very open with advanced students. And again, I encourage anybody who is really interested to go deep to take the class.
So that made zero sense.
I will have to break my rule and just for once give these idiots the smackdown that they deserve, to show them, because they have no integrity, to show them that they are utter fools who should not and cannot speak about the religion of Islam.
So in this clip as well, where Yasir Qadhi beloved said, look, I'm going to lay this matter to rest now. This is my smackdown. And you think, Abeo Chache, you haven't even explained anything. You just said, yeah, there's 40 views, yaar. I'm not with that view. I'm with the other view, the British rather the garage, bring a bottle of water to the garage.
The bulk of the differences are tajweed and pronunciation related. I mean, for example, let me just think of an example. Can you bring a glass of water to the garage? Okay, if an American says that. A Brit says it, how's he going to say it, right? Can you bring a glass of water to the garage, right? They speak in a higher pitched voice, right? Glass of water into the garage. You know, there's differences, right? Is anybody going to say that these are two different versions? To be fair, obviously there are more differences than pronunciation, and there's sometimes i'rab differences and whatnot. But again, these are all differences that are well known, well accommodated. Whichever understanding of the ahruf and qira'at you follow, and there's over 40.
And you think, acha. Puddu samjhen ka. This is like, why doesn't he answer the question? I mean, I don't get what say something for God's sake, since this is your last smackdown.
And then, inshallah ta'ala, from after this lecture, I'm going to move on. After you listen to this lecture, you will understand why I'm not going to go back to engaging with this crowd.
At least share some view. Don't just say, yeah, you know, water. I mean, come on, there's more to it than that. Sheikh Yasir Qadhi should have honestly given some explanation. Now, I do respect him for saying, look, I hold a different view, but he didn't clarify exactly what his view was.
And everybody knows that there's over 40, by now, everybody knows there's over 40 opinions about the ahruf, as Suyuti and others mentioned. And I follow another one of them. The one that has become dominant, the one that is now, mainstream. This is what I called the standard narrative.
And I accept there's loads of views. I accept that, and I'm glad he is at least raising awareness on that, but he's not really, he ought to just try and lay this matter to rest, or come out with and explain to people at least what he believes to help them.
And so I am, again, what I don't want to go, there's no need to go into details in the video.
Yasir Qadhi said, well, he's not going to explain it. And it's him who's really opened this can of worms. So I'm disappointed by him once again evading the question. I think it's only expected that they will ride this wave and chase him till his last breath, probably, on this holes in the narrative, because they know he's not going to be able to come with anything to answer it.
This video, because I mentioned them by name, it's going to be followed by hundreds of refutations.
It is what it is. He made that bed and he now has to lie in it. This, he won't unfortunately be able to to kind of outrun this controversy.